Democracy is when everybody has equal say and one vote. Democracy can turn into mob rule. That's pretty simple. Democracy is not communism. In communism, there is a central government, and that central government makes all of the decisions. They believe everybody is equal, but does not have equal say or equal vote, but everybody should share in equal outcomes. A monarchy, you have a king that makes the decision for everybody.
Howdy folks, Stickman here, and today we'll be taking a look at what democracy requires in order to thrive. Essentially, the requirements for democracy can be broken up into four main ideas. First off, to have a stable and successful democracy, you must have an informed public, whether it be through more modern digital media or simply through the Sunday paper. The citizens play just as much an active role in the government as anyone else. Therefore, they must remain informed about the decisions that they are making. Second, people must have some sort of basic education to A. have the ability to comprehend the information from the media to stay informed about current events and upcoming elections, but also to simply learn how to fill out and turn in voting forms, as you're not doing yourself or anyone else a favor by unintentionally withholding your decisions because you are unaware of the voting process and how it works. Another thing that democracy requires is maintenance. A prime example of a failure of maintenance would be the death of Pericles in Athens. He assumed control of Athens for a total of 32 years. When his passing came, the Golden Age came to a quick plummet, leaving Athens leaderless and disorderly, which eventually gave way to their collapse. Nowadays, we are legally obligated to regulate our democracy with the systematic elections that are in place, and so far, no major rough spots have been encountered. And last but not least, democracy requires leaders that accurately represent the citizens of the region, both their ideals and morals. The leaders are essentially in place to manage the government and maintain a democracy that's primary function is to serve the people. However, if we ignore mistakes made in the past, we can end up in a similar state to modern-day Egypt, with a democracy that has massively failed. Failed so terribly, in fact, that the military felt it was in their best interest to take power. Let's start from the beginning, though. When Mubarak stepped down due to the ongoing protests back in 2011, this left a power struggle. It was in this time that Egypt turned to a rather foreign means of election, electing its first leader in a democratic manner. The man's name was Morsi, and he made little effort to improve Egypt's situation. The military saw a chance to seize the government, and a chance they took. With most folks left with no voice after the coup, the only way they could be heard, and still is, it was through violent protests. And needless to say, Egypt hasn't been in too great a position lately. With mob wars along with outright violence, people are still being slaughtered in the streets. So, with keeping all four of these main ideas in mind, informed public, education, maintenance, and responsible leaders, democracy can be a truly beautiful thing. It takes time and effort for democracy to stand. Egypt has been an unfortunate example of the conditions not fit to suit democracy. My name is Stickman, and thanks for bearing witness to my testimony.